I played these two free horror games on Steam, so you don't have to. For today's video, I decided to go dumpster diving right into the huge pile of Steam games that almost never got to see the light of day. I had three premises for this content. First, it had to be a 3D game for a fully immersive experience. Second, it had to have negative or mixed reviews. And third, it had to be free. Well, because I'm broke. While scrolling through the everlasting number of games, there was a game that caught my eye. The Last Job. The thumbnail of the game itself was enough to run shivers down my spine. And like a moth to flame, and like any other true gamer would, I proceeded to download the game. Right off the rip, I get dumped by an unskippable lore that lasts for an eternity. But I'll just speed it up for ya. As I was adjusting the sensitivity, I noticed there is a section named I can't figure out the safe combination. Some thoughtful devs for this feature. The game just started and my ear just exploded from the first jump scare. Don't worry, I'll lower the dash fails for the upcoming jump scares. Also, very interesting door right here. It doesn't even cover the entire thing. I can just imagine all the bugs crawling inside the house at night. After finding the key, I entered the house, which was extremely dark. I tried interacting with some objects, but I couldn't do nothing, even the light switches. After exploring the house, I found a safe which was locked. I was too lazy, so I had to kinda shorten the process here by clicking this because I'm not the smartest person after all.
This is Agent Dorothy Kowalski, ID number 3945, calling from the sheriff's office. We need you to come down to the station again, Mr. Heimler.
Last week, at the hearing, you lied to us, saying you haven't been in touch with the missing person. Well, we found proof saying otherwise. Now, we need you to come down to the station again as soon as possible. You are not accused of anything, Mr. Heimler. We just need to set your story straight.
After hearing this, I thought my next objective was to go to the station. But little did I know this had nothing to do with the lore. It's just a random phone call that's irrelevant to clearing the game. With the key I found in the safe, I opened one of the two doors that were locked, which led me to the sacred place. Then I wasn't sure what to do, so I just wandered around the house for extra clues, which wasn't successful. After a few minutes, I returned to the unlocked rooms, since I pretty much investigated the whole house and found no progress at all. After 500 hours of wandering around the house aimlessly, I decided to try the numbers written on the Bible on the already open safe. The rave had me dancing like I won a Mr. Beast challenge, so I had to cool myself down by watching an episode of Popeyes. After the film, I got black sperm from One Punch Man catching me lacking out the stairs as I was in a hurry to finish this game. Hope Season 3 of One Punch Man turns out to be hype, by the way, because I really loved the show as a kid, and I also feel like the show deserves better. Another excruciating 700 hours passed, and I finally found out that I had to put the cross I acquired into this small wooden box here. And with the key, I unlocked the door to the basement. After finding out there was absolutely nothing inside the basement, I tried going upstairs, but the door was locked for some reason. At this point, the game was getting extremely boring, so I took a shit, lay down on bed scrolling through shorts, and had dinner. After the session, I found a pair of nippers that happened to be hidden here, and I tried using it to cut the chains. And this is what happened. The whole gaming experience was just me, basically thrown into this game with no explanation or guidance at all, just wandering around for a completely arbitrary amount of time until getting jump scared. No hint or clues whatsoever, except for some pieces of paper that don't even make sense to me, but some of the jump scares were really good and I really liked the rave Easter eggs, so overall a 4 out of 10. The impact from the last job had my knees weak vomiting the spaghetti my mom made for me on my sweater, so I had to settle down for something less scary. Something like The Alchemist's House. The ambience was exactly what I thought a horror game would be, and for the reviews, it had pretty good reviews on it, so without further hesitation, I decided to give the game a try. The epilogue with the Disney ad captions were enough to convince me that this game was going to be an absolute banger. Here I was trying to adjust my mouse sensitivity, but there wasn't a section for me to do so I had to play with extremely high sensitivity. The devs of this game did a pretty nasty job of the camera angle right here. I felt molested by this bald man and he somehow talked extremely slowly, so let me fast forward his rant. I must be some kind of superhuman here because I can still hear my footsteps mid-air. The bald man asked me to lift up the fireplace as he was going to prepare dinner. As I was doing so, I tried investigating the house. After that, the game asked me if I should trust the man or not, but I was pretty confident he was a good dude based on my observation haki, so I didn't switch the cup. Which led to my death.
Bruh.
The game didn't even let me continue, so I had to speedrun the whole game from the start. After acquiring the key, I followed this blue fire to this place, which led to this long hallway. During the walk, I found a strange creature and couldn't resist the urge to approach it. Here I got stunned by Ash's ult from way downtown because I couldn't move or do anything. After more walking, I stumbled upon this spacious place and somehow just died for no reason.
Bruh.
Thankfully, the game allowed me to continue, so I didn't have to start the game from point zero again.
Huh?
Now I'm in a room full with cradles, and this white woman starts crashing out for no reason. She then catches me with my pants down and tries to sacrifice me for her revival. When I thought it was all over for me, the bald man pulls off an insane clutch and helps me run away from this cracked woman. this game was pretty much more focused on storytelling rather than the horror elements, and the story can be perceived in many different perspectives. From what I concluded, I think the blue fire was actually the white woman trying to lure me to her ritual. The bald man is her husband, who spent years trying to revive her using alchemistry. He brought these homeless people to his house and trapped their souls into voodoo dolls. But at some point he stumbled across this film called Full Metal Alchemist, and figured out alchemistry will not bring a dead person back to life, and he just eventually gave up. The game is pretty much an open ending. I would have liked if there were more things I could interact with. For me, it felt like a video more than a game, but it was enjoyable, so overall I would give this a solid 5 out of 10.